So.
Okay. Well, yeah, it's like recording.
We're recording.
Awesome.
Cool. Let me screen share here.
Janelle, you look all comfortable. Are you like laying in bed?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, well, welcome to the call. Nikki's just going to take it away. We have some awesome slides here.
All right. Well, guys, thank you for coming on and giving us a few minutes of your evening. I'm really excited to be doing this. So I just want to start give you guys a little bit of background. Some of you know me, some of you don't. And so I kind of put together a little slide to kind of go from where to really focus on my journey. I've been on and off for years. So back in July of 2014, I decided it was really time to get it back together. I mean, as a single mom, I was working a 45, 50 hours at my job, and I
Nikki?
You might want to just call in.
get off work, go to the gym.
Nikki, you're cutting in and out, babe.
Okay, let's try this one more time. And if it doesn't work, I'll call in and you guys have control of the screens.
Okay.
All right, let's try that again. So I don't know where I left off, but back in July of 2014, I decided it was time to get back on my health because I was severely overweight. I was actually considered morbidly obese. I couldn't keep up with my, at the time, 4-year-old. I was miserable. I'd never been as big as I was. I just was miserable. The holidays, I was on and off, was in the gym for a few months. I met my now husband. Well, I didn't meet him. I reconnected with him in August. And then him and I got engaged in November. And so, of course, I really started pushing at working out and getting healthier. I wanted to be, sexy for my wedding. January of 2015, I was hitting a plateau, and I was getting really frustrated. I was tracking all my calories, everything in, everything out. I was using MyFitnessPal. I was posting a little bit here and there on Facebook about my journey, checking into the gym, kind of keeping myself accountable on Facebook. Well, somehow, I can't remember, Allie, how I met you. I think I met you through a hashtag. And one of us added the other and kind of started following each other, kind of snooping around on each other's profiles, how we do. And she just hit me up and was like, hey, what you're doing is pretty awesome. Why don't you join me and let's get paid for doing that? And I'm like, all right, cool. Didn't really know what I was getting into. I just needed that extra accountability, and what I was doing wasn't working anymore. I was stuck, and then I'd go back up, and when I'd come back down, I'd still be stuck at the same spot. So I never fully committed. I never fully did a round of 21-day fix. I was really frustrated. It was really hard. I gave up a lot. And then come springtime, end of springtime, almost summer, it was like April or May, I was just like, I can't do this. And I actually full out quit Beachbody. I was like, this is not my concern anymore. I've got a wedding coming up. I was trying to move. All kinds of excuses got in the way. And yes, I said excuses because that's what they were. Then, for whatever reason, July, I guess I got a wild hair at my butt and was like, you know what? I'm ready to really do this. And so I decided to recommit. And I went all in and recommitted as a coach. I think at that point, I finally committed to my first full round of 21-day fix extreme. And I was amazed. I mean, I even had some cheats in there. Like, I had some cake and stuff I shouldn't have. And I was really amazed at what I did to my body, like how much I transformed. So then September, I got married. And this is in 15. December, after getting married, I fell off again. So December, I recommitted again. Actually, it was like Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. and maybe even the day after, I started Hammer and Chisel. Come January, or actually it was like the end of December, I got a phone call from my grandma all the way out in California, and my uncle had actually went into the hospital. He had cancer. He was diagnosed in 2014, but it wasn't the cancer that was sending him to the, well, I mean, it was, but it wasn't. So he went to the hospital. He was supposed to make, full recovery, get some things under control. And my Beachbody income, and I was not really working the business like that. I think I was starting to, but I wasn't very consistent. My Beachbody income in December, like 2 weeks of it, bought me my round trip tickets to California, like on a whim, because something in my gut told me I needed to be out there. And so I got out there in middle of January, and while I was there, he took a turn for the worse and actually died. It was completely unexpected. And my grandma, this was her son, so she was completely overwhelmed. She was by herself. I mean, she had extended family kind of there, but they were only there for a couple of days, and they left before he got worse. So I was the only family member she had that was out there when her son, which is my uncle, when he passed last January. And I'm going to get a little emotional, guys. That's when it really opened my eyes that what this business actually can do, like, because I'm getting myself healthy and I'm helping others. I was able to be there when nobody else could for my grandma. I've never held the hand of a family member who was dying and as they took their last breath. I was a CNA for a couple years, and I was used to dealing with death and whatnot, but it's different when you're holding your family members' hands as they literally take their last breath, and you have to be there and haven't slept in over 24 hours and make that decision. Do we keep doing all these medical things to him and making him miserable when he was just done anyways? Or do we go? So get back on track. I really had my eyes open that this opportunity is really something that I needed to start taking seriously. This is not a hobby anymore. I started treating it more like the business that it is. And so I came home, I was geared up, I was still a little emotional. February, I was really making some progress with my lifting. I was lifting heavier. I was back on track, doing really good with my business. I think at that point, February was probably my highest income since starting. And then the end of February, I started getting off track again and found out I was pregnant. And don't get me wrong, my husband and I were trying, but because of my weight and the issues I had, I wasn't even having a regular cycle when we got together because I'm so overweight. So I didn't really expect to get pregnant so soon. So we're not going to go into the details of the pregnancy. If you've been following me on Facebook, you kind of know how rough it was for me. October, Eli came. Everything was great. And I was itching to work out because that's how I deal with my stress, how I deal with my anxiety. I missed it. So November, well, I lied. I kind of started working out before I got cleared. And then November, I officially got cleared to work out. So I started with Core de Force. I don't know if you guys have seen that. It's the MMA style workout. That picture on the left is like 2 weeks after I had Eli. So I started with Core de Force. I think it was a total of 20 pounds I lost in a month doing that workout. And I didn't want to do weights right away because I was scared I'd overdo it. I have a tendency to be very eager when it comes to lifting, and I pushed myself, and I had a C-section. So I didn't, even though I was cleared, I didn't want to go and damage, myself, injure myself. So I completed a full program, fresh after baby, felt great. And then after I did that, I jumped into Hammer and Chisel. I am now 2 weeks into that. And I have officially lost 40 pounds since coming home on October 23rd.
Wow.
Which is exciting. I am so happy. I gained I think it was 56. So I'm so close to being back to where I was before baby. So we're getting there. But while I was pregnant, and I got pulled out of work because I still do work a full-time job. I'm like a lot of people who have to have a full-time job. But I'm working towards not having to need that anymore. And when I was out on leave, I got pulled out a month early because of some issues I was having with the pregnancy. I really got to start working my coaching business, like I wanted to, setting a schedule for the day and just going all in, and it opened my eyes that this is what I want to do. And this is totally not even planned in the way this happened. I actually was messaging somebody last night that I started working with and mentoring, and she's starting her journey again back into her fitness, and her and I are working together. I literally was crying with this girl last night because of how much I could relate to her. And when I went to bed last night, I was like, there's no way that I'm meant to be in the corporate world anymore. That was an amazing dream. It was a fun chase, but there's no paycheck that can satisfy that feeling when you know that somebody's life is changing because you got to help them. So I've really found my passion, being out and being able to really dedicate myself. So I'm making it work now. I am still working 45, 50 hours a week at my day job, but that's not for very long. My income is growing because lives are being changed. We do not make any money if we are not changing lives. This is not a, hey, buy this for me and that's it. See you, be on your way. This is, you have to pour into your people. The people that are trusting, they're trusting you with your life. I've got people that trust me with their life, and I take that very seriously. So in turn, when the income comes in, now that I'm dedicated and I'm fully pouring into this business, even though I'm still pushing and still working, and I've got my baby's not even 3 months. I have a 6.5-year-old. I'm married. My husband has his own business and also works full time, so we're very busy. But I still make it work because I know we need this. I know our family needs this. I'm not working until I'm 60 years old and slaving away for somebody else to be rich. I'm not doing it. So I'm so glad you guys are here to just see a little bit more. Allie and Kelly, they both do Beachbody full time. They've been able to retire their careers. I'll let them talk more on that. But I wanted you guys here. I wanted to share a little bit more background and let you guys know that this is what we do. This isn't some get rich quick scheme. This isn't like some typical salesman job. This is real stuff. We dig in with people. We work with people until they can find their happiness again, because anybody who struggled with their weight, whether it be overweight or underweight, it takes an emotional toll. And I really wanted to share with you guys what we're doing. And if it's anything that really has touched you, I want to talk more with you about it. I'm going to let Allie go ahead and talk a little bit about her story. Her and I have some similar stories.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do.
Echoing.
Echoing.
Can everybody mute?
Can everybody mute themselves?
Okay, hopefully I'm not echoing anymore. Okay, so first of all, that was amazing, Nikki. I'm always so blown away by your journey and your consistency. And I think something you're going to find to be similar about my story, or just everyone in general, is we commit and we think that we're going to get it right this time. And we think that this is it. Like, I'm changing now and I'm going to do everything full force, 120%, and I'm good to go. And then you're just like, well, crap, this is happening in my life and I have no idea how I'm going to keep all this up. And you fail, or you quote unquote fail. And you're just like, I don't know if I can start again. And that was me, but that was me in every single other yo-yo diet out there. I have tried shots. I have tried pills. I have tried Nutrisystem. I have tried Herbalife. I have tried, you name it, I have tried it. I have even done 500-calorie diets where I was literally injecting myself in the stomach every single day to lose weight. And I'm not saying I didn't, but you know what happened in the end? I gained it all back and then some. And I'm not saying that with Beachbody, you're just going to get it and you're going to be on it and you're going to be 100%, because life happens. But the point is, ultimately, is what we're going to give you is a system, a proven system, and support and accountability and a community that's going to be like, this is the proper way that you should be fueling your body, and not just fueling your body, but trying to become the person that you ultimately want to be. So if you want to be someone that doesn't have to have their kids tie their shoes, or they don't have to stop in the middle of playing with their kids, or has to take the elevator because they can't do the stairs. If you want to be that person, your actions have to portray the kind of person, or the actions have to line up with that. That kind of person exercises, that kind of person nourishes themselves appropriately. And ultimately, we're not going to preach to you. We're going to tell you, I failed today. I had every intention of doing this 100%, but I failed. But you know what? Tomorrow or my next meal, I'm going to do better. And that's the difference. We're not trying to tell you have to be 100%. We're not trying to tell you have to cut your carbs for 3 months and you'll get to your goal and you'll be fine again. We're telling you, we want you to be the person you want to be, but you have to become the person you want to be. And we're going to help you do that. Ultimately, I was an emotional eater. I was a negative Nancy. I had no self-worth. I literally looked to men and other people to feel good about myself. I was very promiscuous. I was going out on Tinder dates with people I didn't know, doing things that would be like, oh my God, what are you doing? I had high blood pressure. I was pre-diabetic. I was right there. I was 312 pounds. As you can see on here, I was at my worst. I was one of those people that I ultimately wanted good things for the people that I cared about, but I wasn't in a mental place to be happy for them. So I was just kind of those, oh yeah, I'm happy for you. One of those people. And who wants to be that person? No one wants to be that person. I had no idea how to eat properly. I was constantly doing that yo-yo thing where I was like, okay, so I can commit to this for a month or 2 months and I'll get to where I want to go. And then wondering why I had gained all this weight back, because I went right back to my old ways. I had no idea how to make that stick. And I really, where I came from, my mom is a pharmacist. I worked in pharmacy retail for years. I knew nothing but that corporate America life, that hamster wheel lifestyle where you go to a job, you work for the man, you hate the BS here. Sometimes the people are crappy. Sometimes the benefits suck. Sometimes the benefits are good, but ultimately you know that you feel like it's a necessary evil. Like you don't like it, but you feel like you have to move forward in your life. And I was just like, this doesn't make sense to me. I had gone to school, got my psychology degree, and the job I ultimately wanted when I went in to get my degree said that degree would be enough. By the time I get out and applied for it, it wasn't enough anymore. It no longer was enough. And I'm just like, this doesn't make any sense to me. This makes no sense to me. There's got to be more out of life. I should be able to go to a job and like it and get benefits and be more fulfilled. I was making good money. That was not the case at all. That wasn't the problem. The problem was I was eating myself into a coma because I had no idea how to feel good about myself as a person. I had no idea how to eat properly. I had no idea how to fulfill myself as a person. And then I kept seeing all these things on Facebook about these people losing weight, and I'm just like, I guess I should try this one again. And I decided to sign up to give it a try. I had no intention of trying to be a coach. I was like, I don't want to be like one of those skinny bitches. That's not my thing. I just want to lose weight. So I decided to give it a try, super skeptical. I actually didn't sign up with a coach. I did it under the radar. And then I was like, well, what are these accountability groups everybody's talking about? Oh, crap, I guess I have to have a coach if I want to be in one of those. And so I then signed up with a coach and went balls to the wall for first month. And I didn't change that mindset. I still I'm going to go balls to the wall. I'm going to make this happen. And then because I didn't make that mindset shift, I just fell off again. I fell off and I was gone for months. And then I came back, and that, like I was saying, that recommitting thing is going to happen probably for the rest of your life, and it's not failure. It's not. You know what it is? It's you learning and growing from your own mistakes. the people that have the courage to get back up after they failed are the people that are going to succeed. You know, the average person that succeeds, you know how many times they took them to, how many failures it took to get to that achievement? More than you will ever know. So now it was about October 2014. I originally started in May of 2014 was when I first started, or April, and I lost the weight. And like I said, I fell off and gained it all back. I came back in October. My job, my stupid hamster wheel freaking lifestyle job, laid people off. And they didn't give a shit about me. It didn't matter how many hours I was doing. At that time when I was working there, I was working 12, 16-hour shifts. I worked like 28 days out of the month, 1 month. They didn't give a shit. They didn't care about me. You know what they cared about? Their bottom line. And that's not me. So I was just done with it. I was like, okay, so I've got some severance. I need to get back into this and lose the weight. I've been seeing all these people like making money from home and losing weight. How the hell do I do that? How can I pull off this thing? And I decided to do it. What the hell do I have to lose other than weight, right? At this point, I'm not really realizing that there's a whole mindset shift thing that has to happen, blah, 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 blah. Honestly, it probably wasn't until about a year into my journey, my actual journey as a coach and on my own fitness journey, that I had to be like, all right, Allie, you've got to knock it off. You are going through the motions and you're losing the weight, but you are not following through on the mindset shift. One of the things that we really suggest that you do as a coach is read or listen to personal development. And I don't mean go to therapy, you crazy bitch. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is listen to something that's going to uplift you, to motivate you, to inspire you, to be better, to think differently about yourself, to think differently about your surroundings and your lifestyle and your future. Because if you are not changing the way you think about nutrition and you and your lifestyle and fitness, there's no way that you're going to be able to make these changes and maintain them. So if you're saying in your mind, I'm only going to do this crap until I lose the weight and I'm going to go back to my normal life where I can eat yummy food, guess what's going to happen? You're probably going to gain more weight when you stop all that stuff. Then you're probably going to gain what you lost and then some. And I can tell you for a fact, every single time, that's what happened to me. I've lost 100 pounds 3 times now. I'm officially down 138 pounds, okay? But I've lost 100 plus pounds 2 other times. 2 other times, meaning I've lost and gained. That's what, total of 400 pounds? What body can handle that? No body can handle that. That's just way too much change. That's a whole person, like that's 4 people really, like that have gone back and forth. That's crazy. Where was I going with this? Anywho, I had a point and I got off track there. But anyway, so if you're not manifesting what you want for your life in your head, there's no way it's going to happen. You have to think and feel and believe that something's going to happen in order for it to manifest in your life. So that's where personal development comes into play. And so finally, I was just like, all right, I guess you really need to do this. And at first I was just like, well, I can't get past a certain point in my journey. I guess I'll try this. And I guess I can't really get past this point in my Beachbody business. I guess I'll try this. And then I'm now a personal development junkie. Not only do I listen to probably about an hour of personal development most days, I also get up and not only read personal development, but I listen to personal development. I have a 5-minute long recording of affirmations. And what I mean by affirmations is I'm reading to myself what I want to manifest in my life. And you guys don't know me, but I don't do any of that shit. I think that crap is phony. I used to think that stuff is phony. But now I can start to see what it's doing for people and what it's doing for me. And honestly, if it's going to give me what I want, what was holding me back from really, really giving it a chance or try, you know? So now I'm officially, like I said, 138 pounds down. I'm happier and healthier than I've ever been. Officially work from home full time. That's my only income. This slide is obviously not super accurate, but our team is over 150, I believe now. And I was an emotional eater, and I really love the fact that I get to do something as fulfilling as helping people stop that cycle. I would eat because I was unhappy, and then I would be happy because I ate, and I never could figure out how to break that cycle. And now if you stop and you look at the feelings that when you're going to eat something because you're unhappy, if you look at the feelings and you constantly, instead of going to food, if you constantly give yourself something else to self-soothe, because essentially you're wanting to find a way to self-soothe. And what you're doing is you're putting the food there to essentially just to distract you or to change your thought process. And it's not really fixing anything, but because it's what you're associating with pain or, anxiety or whatever, it's what your brain thinks it's going to work. And it doesn't actually work. So what we do is you constantly reintroduce something else, something positive, something that's going to help you ultimately, something positive. And continuously doing that, you're going to change the way you think about what you do when you are emotional or when you're, anxious or whatever. And it's just so fulfilling to be able to do that, as well as, helping people not have to do the corporate America thing. I mean, yeah, people can make good money in corporate America. They can. And yeah, there's some decent benefits, but you're always going to be working for someone else, on someone else's time, on someone else's idea of what the company should be like and what people should be treated like. And it's just not appealing to me. Ultimately, I mean, you do what you have to do in life, but you should always be working towards your ultimate goal of or whatever that might be. And I'm sure your goal is not working for somebody else on somebody else's time, being away from your kids and being in a job that you're so stressed out that you don't even want to try another workout program. That to me was just like, I'm so stressed out, I just want to eat. I don't even give a crap about my health anymore. I don't even care. I'm so stressed out. I'm working so much. All I want to do is come home and stuff my face. That's what my life was like. I was working 12, 16-hour shifts, and the only thing that would get me through the day was literally thinking about going home and stuffing my face and going to sleep. That is so pathetic. We need to get everybody out of that. You need to have something so fulfilling in your job that you want to do it even if you don't get paid. And that's what this is for us. And then the last thing is, it's actually wrong now. I've earned 3, working on my 4th free trip. And I actually relocated to Florida because I had the ability to with Beachbody. And I mean, there's so many other amazing things. But that's essentially my story. Now that I've talked your ear off, I will let Kelly take over. You gotta unmute yourself.
Sorry about that. Both you ladies are just such an inspiration to me, because what is so great about the coaching opportunity is that everybody is so unique. And although that I have not been extremely overweight, I have not been, I have not had kids, like Nikki but each one of us has our own struggle and our own story and our own unique thing that makes us relatable to people that can relate to our story. So my story is a little different than y'all's, but it's still just as powerful as you. And you guys both inspire me so much. So I've been a Beachbody coach for 3.5 years. Before that, I was a skin and massage therapist for 13 years. I, of course, being a massage therapist, kind of had an awareness of health and fitness. Sometimes I was in, sometimes I was out. There was never a balance. There was never consistency. I was either in the gym working out 2 hours with a friend who guided me because I had no clue what to do, or I was I was rollerblading at some point. I was restricting carbs. I did the fat loss doctor twice. I did the shots and the pills and restricted carbs, and it never, like Allie was saying, it never was a mindset shift. And, I'm single, I don't have a family. And although I was, for the last 4 years of my massage and skincare career, I did own my own business and I was an entrepreneur, but I was renting a space in a salon. So I still was kind of a part of a team. We would have team meetings. I had a schedule. Like I had to be at the salon at certain times and stuff like that. And in 2010, I got into a car accident and I broke my leg. And I have a rod in my leg now. And I was nervous to work out after that. I gained 20 pounds. I didn't work for 6 months. I had to heal. So a year and a half after that, I was doing a bucket list thing, and I bought a motorcycle. And the first day on it, I fractured my elbow. So now I have a broken leg, a fractured elbow, and I'm just lazy. 20 pounds overweight, don't know what to do. I'm afraid to do anything because I'm an all or nothing kind of a person. So either I'm going to go balls to the walls, high intensity, let's knock it out, or I don't want to do it at all. So I went on a trip in 2012, our annual Myrtle Beach trip with my family, and I was the heaviest I'd ever been. I got home from that trip, and it was like that aha moment. You know, that aha moment that everybody has. You see yourself in a picture and you're like, what the F did I do? Like, how did I let myself get to this point? And a lot of people would look at me at that point and say, you're fine. Like, look at you, you're fine. But for me, I was not. I was not fine. I was not comfortable. I was lazy. I couldn't get control over my eating. I would spend more time thinking about what I should be doing than actually doing it. Allie's taking. So I too was watching somebody on Facebook, sharing their journey, sharing positivity, sharing transformations. And I watched her for like a good couple months, probably all through the holidays. And New Year's came and I'm like, all right, I'm going to do this. I'm going to get back on track. I'm going to do what I know to do and blah, blah, blah. Well, yeah, like a week into New Year's, I hadn't done jack. I didn't work out. I didn't change my eating. And I was like, all right, at that point, I knew that being held accountable to myself was not working. And I messaged this girl and I said, what is it that you're doing? Because whatever it is, I need to be a part of it. And she told me she was a Beachbody coach. She did in-home workouts. She would customize my meal plan. She would give me accountability. She would walk me through every step of the way. And I was sold. I mean, I was just like, yes, sign me up. I put my challenge pack on a credit card because I didn't have the money, but I had tried everything else. It was a new year. I knew I wanted to make this new mindset change. I knew I wanted to make changes. I just couldn't do it on my own. And it changed my life. I completed a 90-day program. At the time, actually, I had a side business selling Dove chocolate. And I was going to people's houses and I was doing little parties. It was kind of like Pampered Chef kind of deal. And I'm like trying to, and it was funny because at these shows, they're like, I don't understand. Like, how are you into health and fitness? But you come here with this big plate of brownies and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, this probably really isn't like going hand in hand. So I had already been, sharing my journey for 3 months on Facebook. I was actually referring people to my coach. And she's like, Kelly, you're doing everything that I'm doing. Like you're sending people to me. You're sharing your journey on Facebook. You're inspiring people. People are watching you. Like, why do you not coach? And I was like, okay, fine. Yeah, I'll do it. And I really didn't see the potential. All I knew was that I felt amazing. I had amazing results. I didn't want to stop there. I needed the accountability because the accountability groups, like on the days that I wanted to give up, on the days that it just was that community that I needed. I needed somebody in my corner to pick me up on the days that I felt, to see the person that I was trying to become before I saw it, to believe in me, to inspire me, to encourage me. And I just kept going. And my goal from that point on was to just help people, was to meet people where they were at, whoever felt frustrated, whoever looked in the mirror and just thought, I don't even want to go a size up. I refuse to buy a larger size. I want to be comfortable in my family. I don't want to hide behind clothes or hide behind the camera, hide behind people. So for 18 months, I did massage and I led Beachbody part-time. I did probably about 2 hours in a day before I went to the salon. including my workout. In between clients, I'm checking messages, I'm friending people, I'm building relationships. I'm just sharing my heart and my mission to just help people. I'm sharing what I'm learning in personal development. I'm sharing what I'm eating. I'm sharing recipes. I'm just doing all the things that I know to do to just keep planting seeds and to keep talking with people. And in 18 months, I was able to retire my skincare and massage career. I was making same amount of money. And at the time, my lease was up at the salon. And so I had a decision. Do I want to sign another lease at the salon, work part-time with Beachbody, or do I want to go full force? Do I want to chase my dreams? My heart wasn't in massage anymore. I was burnt out. I did it for 13 years. It's not something that you can do for a long time. So I just said, you know what? God opened up this door. He's already provided. It's been amazing. My team was growing. It just seemed to be organically going that way. And so I closed up shop and I turned my second bedroom right here into my office. And I had never looked back. This opportunity has brought so much freedom. I can travel when I want to. As long as I have Wi-Fi, I can work wherever. I did meet somebody a couple months ago, and we are planning on getting married, and he's about to go into the FHP, Florida Highway Patrol. He'll be stationed somewhere we don't know in the state of Florida. I have the ability now to just go wherever he goes. And be and work wherever he goes. And that was always my mission. I wanted to be able to provide for my future family stability, and I wanted to be present with my family. I didn't want to be away from them. If I chose to have kids, I wanted to be able to raise my kids. I didn't want to have to stick them in daycare and just work my ass off to just pay for daycare. And he has 5 kids. So I automatically now have 5 kids. So, it's been a struggle. I'm not going to say that you sign up to be a coach and people there aren't naysayers. There aren't even your closest family members are not going to understand. It's going to take them a long time to see your vision. But I have always just clung to what I know that this is what God wanted for me. It doesn't have to be everybody else's dream. They don't have to understand. Even if it's my mom, I've had many sit down crying arguments with my mom because they just don't understand, and it's not meant for them to. We are I wouldn't say abnormal, but we are the risk takers. We are the people that see good and see the possibilities and want to work hard for it and want to get a little uncomfortable for a period of time and be vulnerable and put ourselves out there and share our story and do the things that a lot of people won't do so that we can live a life that a lot of people are wishing that they could live. But the thing is that everybody can set a goal and set a dream and believe in themselves and drown out the naysayers, drown out the negativity, and focus on what you know to be true for yourself and what you know to be true for the legacy that you want to leave for your family and the life that you want to have, because you know what? Nobody else is going to do it for you. They're not paying your bills. They're not feeding your kids. So you know what? If this is a route that you choose to go and you want to work your ass off and you want to put in a little bit of time to have that freedom, put in, 3-5 years of straight ass hard work and diligence every single day, sticking to your mission, this opportunity can change your life. And you can have the freedom. You won't have to live paycheck to paycheck. And if you have a sense of if you feel a sense of purpose by getting to know somebody and getting to know what has led them to the point right now that they are ready for a change, and walk with them, join hands with them and say, you know what? I feel you. I was there. And this is the book that I read. This is the program that did this for me. This is the meal plan that I committed to. This is the, church that I went to, or whatever it is that brings you that mindset change that helps you along the way. You're just meeting people where they're at and just saying, hey, you know what? I'm on this journey. I'm not perfect, but I want to help other people on this journey too. And it helps me stay accountable. It helps you I inspire you. You inspire me. We're in this together. And that is truly the heart and soul of what Beachbody is helping people live healthy and fulfilling lives. Not 30 days, not 60 days, not 90 days, for life. You get a coach for life. And it's the best thing that has ever happened to me. The people that I've met, the places that I've been. I don't know any other business or any other CEO or any other company that requires you to become your best self, requires you to read personal development, improve your mind, improve your positivity, build relationships with people, be excited about life, and get paid for it. Like, it's just mind-blowing to me that people, this woman said to me the other day, she's like, oh, you sell stuff? Like, I am not going to sell stuff. I'm like, you know what? I think that you might have a little misunderstanding about what we do as coaches. Like, and I just kind of broke it down to her. This is what we do. And she's like, oh, yeah, I guess I did. And people just don't know. And that's why we're excited you're listening on this call, because now you know. It's not like that. And there are people that are icky, sticky salespeople, and I hate that they give us a bad rep, but that's in any network marketing business. So we have to be the ones to set ourselves apart and set that standard and be the difference and be the people that don't put a bad, icky, sticky taste in someone's mouth. So that's a little bit about me. I'm happy, I'm healthy, I'm confident. It's just amazing. So
that was awesome. So now we just wanted to open up the call for anyone that might have any questions. So fire away if you have any questions. We will answer them for you. Janelle, do you have any questions?
No. Mm-mm.
Okay, well, that's essentially our call. If you have any questions later, definitely, get with Nikki and
I have a question for you, Janelle.
Mm-hmm.
What interests you to actually get on this call?
Nikki.
What about Nikki?
Like, every time I see her pictures, I'm like, wow. Like, how can she do that? Because I can't, get myself to do that. So, like, her pictures inspired me to get on this call.
So I can tell you, I am alone. I got awesome men on this team too, but these ladies and so many more. I do not do this by myself. God and the ladies and men that he has given me on this team is the only way, and my husband and my kids. I mean, believe me, we're sleeping 2 or 3 hours a night and then getting up and with the baby and then having to work out because I know it's what I need. It's not something I can do alone. And that's why I'm so passionate about telling other people about this. And that's why I was so passionate about doing a call and showing everybody there is so much more than getting up and working out and drinking some shakes. It's so much more than that.
It's like when that first person sent me a message and said, because of you, I'm able to, send my kid to baseball and pay for this, or buy diapers for my, this, or I'm able to just run around with my grandchildren. Or when they send you these messages and you're like, dang, like little old me is inspiring someone to feel good about themselves from the inside out and feel confident and alive and healthy and empowered, like it just fuels your fire to just keep going and to keep sharing and to keep inviting because it's just like, if you haven't noticed, live in a world where so many people are hurting, so many people are lost, so many people are hopeless. They don't have faith in anything. They don't believe in themselves. And it's just like, no, like there's a better way, and there's tools and there's support and there's encouragement, and there's just, you don't have to settle for that. Like you just don't. And it's pretty amazing that we can make a difference like that in someone's lives. And so
I just want to add a little bit to Kelly. There is so much love from this team, from Beachbody coaches in general. So I'm up in Delaware. All of my team is down in Florida. And I went out to a Super Saturday in Philadelphia to link up with some local coaches. There's nobody really around me.
Mm-hmm.
That's my team. And when I went up there, I've never met any of these men and women in my life. None of them are really on my team. I don't know anybody on my team. And even though we're not on the same team, it was such a powerful thing to be up there with 200 or 300 other coaches who just love on you. They just, it's like a fitness church almost, where you go in and they love on you. They don't have to know you. They know you're on the same journey as them, and we're all here trying to save the world, basically. I mean, that's what we're doing. It's so much more than just weight loss. There's so much, like Allie and Kelly had talked about, your mind. There's so much up here, so much, and so many of us have so many walls and so much damage we've done up here that we have all these blocks and saying that we can't. And that personal development, I'm like Allie now. I am a personal development junkie. Do work, from work, every day. And sometimes during work, if I've got some quiet time and I'm not being interrupted, I plug in my headphones and it just plays. It makes me feel like I can take on anything. And I love feeling that way. I love the messages I get when somebody tells me that I inspired them to get up and do their workout today. Message me, showing me their food. Hey, look, I'm eating healthy today. Thank you so much for inspiring me. People I don't even know. And your heart it goes out to them. And that's what this business is. Your heart is going into people. You're not just selling them a challenge pack or selling them a workout. Hey, here you go. See ya. Your heart is.
Well, it's going into yourself first.
You're right. It is.
And if you can change your own life and change your own mind, you can inspire somebody else. And the only way this business works is if you're constantly changing yourself and renewing yourself, becoming your best self, and sharing about it. So we thank you, Janelle.
You're welcome.
On our next team call as a coach, or even in our challenge group as a challenger.
And I think I have a friend named Marlisa on here. She was having some technical trouble, but I think she can hear us. We just can't hear her. So she sent me a message. So I was reaching out to you, Marlisa, and we can chat some more too.
Awesome. Thank you so much for coming, guys. And
Thank you.
Yes.
Thanks, Nikki. Everybody,
Thanks, guys.
good night.
Appreciate it. You guys too.
Stop.